How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Day Dave, and this is the second post episode 12 live stream. How is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. We are doing a little bit of an impromptu stream right here, as you can see. Was not planning on getting on at this time during the day, but just so happens I've got a little bit of extra time, so here we are. Now, we're just going to wait a minute or two before we get rock and rolling. We've got a few contracts to work on today. We've got the baling on field 40 and harvesting on 17. So a couple of pretty decent sized contracts that we have to work on here. And yeah, we're going to be pretty much on and off throughout the day. I'm not quite sure how long this stream is going to last. Maybe an hour, maybe a little bit longer. I'm not quite sure. But when the time does come where I'll have to hop off, I'm probably going to have to hop off relatively quickly. So if that's the case, then I will let everybody know as quickly as possible. But all that being said, I look forward to being able to hang out here and be able to get a bunch of work done around the farm and in Alma, Missouri. So if you're out there in the chat, go ahead and give yourself a shout out, because unfortunately YouTube does not give me any sort of indication as to who is out there. So go ahead and give yourself a shout. Let me know that you're there, and we will, we'll go ahead and go from there. So let's see. Let's see, 1 after the hour. We'll go ahead and rock and roll here in just one more minute. Like I said, I don't want to wait too long because we've got a limited window in this particular go-through. So normally I give at least 3-4 minutes for people to kind of start making their way in, but we're going to get going pretty quick on this one. So let's go ahead and do that. So we are going to start working on the mowing contract over on field 40, because that's the one where we can just kind of set the worker off, let them kind of do their own thing and go from there. We'll also be able to get the harvesting, oh dear, get the harvesting equipment over to was it 17 up there in the north there, and be able to start working on that in conjunction with 40. So 40 is going to take a while. You know, it's just going to be a lot of back and forth, as most mowing contracts are, but they are certainly the most lucrative. Now, it is okay, we're making hay for that particular contract, so I'm glad that I'm glad I left my conditioner here on this particular mower. So, works out pretty good. Let's see. So we're just making our way over to field 40. We still got so much stuff to do. Contract wise, we got everything done last night. We were on a stream last night. We got everything done around the farm. We got fields 4, 3, and the homestead field just north of field 1. We were able to get all those done, fertilized, limed, back up to speed. So now it's just going to take some time to grow. We've got soybeans weeded. All those were sprayed and are good to go from there. So yeah, we are just we're doing awesome. I'm really pleased with the progress we made up until this point. Let's see. Just need to... Oh, and I forgot to do something before hopping on the stream, so I'm going to do that while driving out there, hopefully not crashing into anything. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, stream health is good. All right. Now we're good to go. So we're just chugging along, heading out to field 40. Just got to get this all started and kind of set up. We're going to do kind of the perimeter cut, as I tend to do. Probably about 2 passes on the perimeter cut. Be able to, make it relatively straightforward for the worker. And you know what? Do a little off-roading. Why not? down. And here we go. Pow. And we're just going to, like I said, make these outer perimeter cuts, just give space just big enough for the worker, so when we set them off, they're not going to be, wondering where to go or what to do. We just need to make sure that they've got the space necessary to stay inside the boundaries of the field here. Now, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but my dog is underneath my feet, and for some reason she's sitting here whining, as she tends to do. For some reason, this is the only dog I've ever owned that does this, but she will sit there and whine when nothing is wrong. It's like her way of talking. No idea what the story is behind it, why she does it, but she's just like, hey, I'm here, whine, whine, whine. So if you hear in the background, I do apologize, but she will settle down in just a few. Which it looks like she's starting to get all comfortable right now. Yeah, there you go, good girl. Jonah! Hey, how's it going? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see, so I'd say we're about probably about a quarter way around the total outer perimeter pass here, if I had to guess. Because we are just we're probably going to do 2 passes with this particular mower. I don't think I ever used this mower on this particular field before. I think this is the first time. So it's going to take a while. It's not the widest mower that we have in game, but it is saving me having to do a separate pass with a tedder. So I'm getting twice the stuff done in the single pass. So I think that's going to be all right. Jonah says, I'm on my lunch break. Nice. Very nice. Gotta love the lunch breaks. Not great that it's Sunday and having to work, but we'll take our wins where we can. So other than being at work, how you doing so far? Let's see. I know there's a tree that comes right up towards the edge of the field here soon, and I've got to pay attention when it comes, because this particular, I think it's on this side over here, this particular mower, if you hit it, it just kind of wraps around and just sends you slingshotting into the distance. So I don't want that to happen. I think those were it, actually. Maybe I was thinking about when I had my wider mowers and not this one. So it looks like this is pretty safe here. Let's see. Pacovia, hey there, how's it going? It is going fantastic, Pacovia. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. And Jonah says, fantastic. Awesome, bud. Glad to hear it. There we go. That is the one thing I really like about this mower too, is the turning radius on it is so ridiculously good. You're not having to sit there and... Now, it's one of those, the turning radius is really good, I will say that, but there are times, especially when you're up to speed, where it's, very twitchy, get you to overcompensate very quickly. But I think I'd much rather kind of deal with that than anything else. Let's see. Jonah says, I would tell you a fart joke, but I think I'll keep it silent. Oh, Jonah, thank you so much. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love those dad jokes. Pacovia with a smile, and whoops. Just kind of lazily drifting off the field there. We don't want to do that. Pacovia says, just chilling and playing Farming Simulator. Awesome. That's awesome, Pacovia. That is the makings of a good day, let me tell you. There we go. Now, about 50% around. Like I said, we got a lot accomplished on the live stream last night. That was ridiculous, the amount of stuff we got done. All 3 fields that we own were touched in some way, shape, or form. The soybean field that was the barley field is now weeded, is good to go. Could have been rolled, but because I was planting so late at night, I didn't want to take the risk of kind of going halfway through. And you're talking, what, 1 or 2 percentage points? Not a huge deal. So I'm not gonna miss out on a whole ton there. But then we had the fertilizing and lime on both the homestead field, which is the tiny field that we started out the series on, and then the alfalfa field. Got that one all done. We got a bunch of stuff moved around. We just got so much done last night. Was very pleased with that. But here today we're just kind of cleaning up where we left off last time, because we had these contracts and I didn't want them to slip away or go in the background, because they're big paying contracts. This one's almost 50 grand just for the payout, and using our own equipment, we're going to be able to keep all that money. There's no leasing fee associated to it. And we have a, I believe, barley contract. What was this one? Canola. Oh no. Let's see. Jonah says, work requires me to work every other weekend. That's a bummer. But, I mean, at least you get some weekends off. That's cool. Do they at least, like, stagger days off to where you're able to take some time off during the week on those weekends where you do have to work? I would imagine that's the case, where they're at least going to shift around those 2 days that you would have gotten off to some other part of the week. And if that's the case, does that ever happen where you get like 4 days off in a row? Because that would be nice. That would make working on the weekends worth it. If you like got to keep the 2 days back to back kind of thing, and then they just buttressed up against some other couple of days. So, but then that would mean that you'd have to work practically like 2 weeks in a row. I didn't think that all out, did I? Well, either way. What's going on there? Alright. Sorry, the other day, the neighbor I got into it with, I was telling this on stream and all the details and whatnot, but I looked over across the street and I saw a dog running through the front yard in their place, and there's somebody, going after it, and it's the neighbor. So, for those who didn't hear the story, just a quick synopsis. Basically what happened is my dog got out of the yard. She had ran across the street, got up underneath the neighbor's house, and the neighbor accused me and my dog that she blew out the siding on their house, which had been like that for a couple of days before that. They got upset. I was basically telling them, no, the dog didn't do that. It was like that when we got here. Sorry for being on your property, unannounced and uninvited kind of thing, but, I had to get my dog kind of thing. And they proceeded to yell and scream and, act like a child and threaten my dog. And as soon as that happened, I wasn't wasn't handling it too well after that. So it kind of devolved from there. Had to speak with the cops, and thankfully calmer heads prevailed at the end of it. It was one of those where, had he spoke to me, decent, said, hey, I think your dog, wrecked my house, I would have told him no, but I'd be certainly willing to help you put it back up, or because we're neighbors. I don't want any, qualms against neighbors kind of thing, but oh well, it is what it is. At the end of the day, water off a duck's back. I'm not that concerned about it, but they got a dog that's running around their front yard, and I just thought it was kind of ironic. But anywho, I'm going to finish this, and we're going to set the worker off so we can get moving on the next project, because this is going to take a while for this worker to kind of get through everything, and we can work on the harvesting contract while they're working on this. And I'll take a look at the chat in just a second and see what everyone's chatting about, because I am seeing some movement in there. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to set them off in that portion of the field over there. And swoop. There we go. Look at that. That's a beauty. Yeah, it's swathing it. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So let's check out the chat here real quick. So we've got, Jonah says yes. Oh, that's awesome. Glad to hear that. Will says, yo, what up? Will, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Farming Fan, hey, how's it going? Hello, BDD. Hello, everyone. Farming Fan, nice to see you here on stream. If I'm not mistaken, this is one of, if not your first live streams here on the channel. So glad to see you here. Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see. Jonas says my work schedule over the course of 2 weeks, Monday through Thursday, Friday and Saturday, or off Friday, Saturday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, so that's not bad. I've certainly heard of worse work schedules, and at least you still get those back-to-back days where you can, because I've been a long time out of like the whole like entry level jobs, quote unquote. Like I used to work at like a Subway, gas stations, things like that, and it was one of those jobs where you would have a day off here, a day off there kind of thing, and it sucks. It's terrible. But it's been a long time since I've had that, and I've had weekends off for quite some time. But having those days off here and days off here, the reason it stinks so bad is you oftentimes have things you need to do on those days off. And having those 2 days off back to back, at least you can get the things that need to be done on one day, and have that second day off to kind of recuperate and just kind of recharge your battery. But having that day off here, day off there kind of thing, you don't get that convenience. You don't get to be able to just, take the day off and just relax. You either get to take the day off, or you miss out on the things that you need to get done. So it stinks. I certainly sympathize with those who have to, be on that kind of a schedule and that kind of a time crunch, but it's one of those, I mean, we all had to do it, have to do it. It stinks. Now let's go ahead and let the worker do their thing. Let's hook up to this, the nice Ideal 8T. Not the biggest one out there, but it will get the job done. So I think the biggest is what, the 10T? It's either 9T or the 10T. Is this one that's going to snap in place? Please? Maybe? No? Guess not? Oh well. Alright, so now we're going to take this out to 17? Yeah, 17. And go from there. Let's see. this in the right direction. I need to start picking up some of this product here. We've got all this juice right here. We've got the ketchup up at the ketchup factory over here. I've got some stuff that I could take care of and sell off. Could make some money. Let's see. It's what I have to do working for a senior. Oh, yeah, so that makes a ton of sense why they would schedule you like that. Yeah, absolutely. I've got family that's in the medical industry, and well, my one sister-in-law, she works like 4 days on and 3 days off kind of thing, but there's been times where she's scheduled for like 8 days back to back, but they give her the 6 days off in a row. So it's one of those, like, it's almost like a little mini vacation kind of thing. But then she's sitting there saying how she works those, 8 days back to back, and she's just absolutely crushed by the, the 6th and 7th day kind of thing, because she's fine working the 4 days, boom, 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 boom kind of thing. But by day, 5, 6, and 7, she's like, But then she doesn't complain when it comes time to get on to the 6 days off in a row. Let's see. So 17's just behind that tree line over there. We'll go ahead and get the worker going. We'll make a headland. With this wide header, I'd probably be able to get away with just one pass. We'll go ahead and just pull off right up here. The slope is not deep enough for me not to just go ahead and take advantage of the off-ramp. Even though I think that the actual off-ramp or the actual entrance is down there. But this will work just fine. There we go. Actually worked out rather nicely. Rather nicely indeed. Let's go ahead and open this up. Now we've got... Will says, are you streaming tonight? Yes, I do plan on streaming tonight. Really depends on how much I get done. But the plan is to stream here now. I don't plan on being on that long today just because the little one and the missus are going to be back here before too much longer for her nap. So I'll probably hop off for a little bit. I'll potentially hop back on while the little one's sleeping. And then we'll be back on tonight because I have quite a few contracts that need to be done and need to make some money because we are about 400 grand in debt right now. Yeah, 400 grand in debt that we need to start making up for. So that is the plan. And then Jonah says, but luckily Sundays are usually easier days. Well, that's awesome. At least it's not too chaotic for you. Let's see. Will says, gotta go. I'll be online later tonight. Awesome, bud. Well, thanks for stopping in, even though it was ever so brief. Hope you have yourself a fantastic day, and hopefully we'll see you later on. Farming Fan says, I must go to play with my son, so bye. See you another time. Awesome, Farming Fan. Well, thank you for stopping in. Hope you have a blast hanging out with your kid, and we'll see you again later. Yeah, that was really awesome, being able to see Farming Fan in stream there. Communicate with them many times over the course of comments and stuff like that, but never, like I said, I don't think I've ever actually had the opportunity to chat with them live, so that is awesome. So yeah, we're just going to continue to make our way around. This is actually a rather large field. There are times where I don't realize just how big these fields are. Like, what was it? You get the breadth of scope on like 22, 24. Those are really big. But this one's like really long. I don't think I've ever done anything for this particular field before. So being able to kind of hop on and seeing it really I think this is the first time But I guess it makes sense considering it's a $24,000 harvesting contract. So, yeah. Oh, well, where is this going to? Is this going to the grain mill? Yes, it is. It's going to, not the grain mill, but the grain storage. What is it called? Grain sell point. That's what it's called. Let's see. Jonah says, I'm the only one, or I'm the one and only housekeeper for the senior living home. Oh, wow. Yeah, so there's got to be days where you must be absolutely swamped if you're the only one. So let's see. How is the worker looking? Okay, so yeah, they're chugging along. They're already outside of the little inlet that we started them off in, and they're working their way into the bigger portion of the field. So yeah, they're just going to sit there and chug along, and hopefully not run into any AI issues, as we like to call them here on the channel, or at least several people on the channel have called them. You know, AI stands for actual idiots. Which, yeah, I no lie detected. One of those where we have to just be hopeful and grateful that they're actually going to be able to make their way through the field and kind of go from there. But like I said, that particular mower, they're doing the cutting and tedding all in one pass. So all we'll have to do after this is grab the baler and make the bales, kind of go from there. After the bales are made, then we can pick them up, and we're saving that tedding step, which is nice. And with the setup that we have at the farm, we've got the wider pickup, which actually we could make it even wider now that we've got the bigger tractor. Now that we've got the Magnum, we could go with how much power does my Magnum have? 435. Oh, okay. And then my baler only requires what, like 100 horsepower? Nope, wrong. What is my baler? Baler requires, where is it? Why am I? Oh yeah, 100. So if that requires 100 and my windrow requires what? 350. I mean, it's not going to be a lot of extra oomph. Yeah, maybe I could make it one size bigger. Not 100% certain. We'll see. We'll see. Tony, hey, how's it going? Good morning, all. Tony, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic morning so far. We were just chugging along here, trying to get this contract up and running. Just about full on this this harvester. So we're gonna have to empty this out. Let's go ahead and open this, because why not? Might not be a bad idea. Almost. There we go. Might not be a bad idea to grab my truck, because what size, somewhere, the Crone trailer, what size is that? Where, there it is. Oh, it is bigger than my trailer. All right, well then we'll go with this, because mine actually holds 50,000 liters, but it's a belly dump. That's the whole reason why I went with it, is because it's got a decent storage capacity. It does have an unrealistic capacity, so I could have gone with that. But on this particular Let's Play, I'm trying to stay within the realms of reasonable, you know, the non-unrealistic kind of aspect. So it's only rated for 50,000. This has 52. I'll take the extra 2,000 liters. Why not? Tony says, all good here. Awesome. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Yeah, we were doing kind of an impromptu stream. The Mrs. and kiddo were out and about. They ended up going over to my sister-in-law's for a little while, and they're hanging out there. So I had a little bit of extra time to kind of hop on here. Likely is going to be a shorter stream this go around, but I do plan on hopping back on when the kiddo comes back and goes down for her nap, which that'll be about 1 1:30, so I'd probably hop on about 1:45 is my guess, and stream for a couple hours, maybe 2 to 3 hours after that one. So likely going to have to cut out here before too much longer, but we'll come back on stream, like I said, when the little one goes down. And then depending on how far we get on the contracts here, we'll likely be back on tonight to continue to finish out all these contracts, because we got quite a bit going on here. So want to be able to make as much money as we possibly can today, and depending on how far we make it, we may even get into a point where we skip into the next day and do contracts on the next day. So it's going to be August. Yeah, we're in July, so August. You know what? So yeah, we'll should have a good supply of contracts in August to work on. A lot more harvesting contracts, I would presume, and kind of go from there. But there's something that I want to start saving towards. I want to expand the farm a bit more. Actually, there's a couple of things I want to start saving up for. As I mentioned, and I might do on the stream as well, is I want to cut down some of the trees over by the big pole barn that we have. I want to be able to cut those down so I have a kind of clear entrance and exit for my tractors. Now that I have 2 tractors, I want to be able to start parking them under the awning. And I think that'll be kind of a good place for them for the time being. And then I also want to be able to, well, you know what? I'm not going to elaborate on the second part. That's the expansion, and that's going to be for the actual episodes. But I am looking forward to when we kind of break off into 2 separate series. The live streams are going to be its own thing, as I mentioned before, and the Let's Plays are going to be their own thing. So we're going to have purely edited content, and then we're going to have purely live stream content. And they're all going to have their own maps, their own kind of flavors to them. And yeah, looking forward to that. You know, instead of just coming on here to do work and to hang out, we're going to actually be able to do work, hang out, and make progress. So looking forward to when that comes on. Let's see. Tony says sounds good. And Jody, hey, how's it going, bud? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Hope you are feeling better than yesterday. Let's see. Jody says hi, buddy. Go ahead and turn that off. We don't need that there anymore. And boop. There we go. Turn this on and rock and roll. Let's see. How's that worker looking? Oh, yeah. They're chugging along. They're doing it. And we'll eventually get to the point where we can set the worker off on this one and focus purely on the transporting portion. I got a lot better, buddy. How are you doing today? I'm doing fantastic, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing better, bud. That makes me happy. Yeah, we're having a fantastic day so far. We're doing an impromptu stream. I wasn't planning on hopping on right now. I was planning on hopping on later this afternoon when the little one comes home and goes down for her nap. So this one is going to be a bit shorter of a stream, but we'll be back on later on. But because this one is an impromptu stream and wasn't planning on hopping on, oh, you know what? That just dawned on me. Let me do something here real quick, because it just occurred to me. Did everything on my end update? Most likely it did. Yes, it did. Perfect. So let me do this real quick, because so yesterday during the stream we ended up getting our second, or not our second, we ended up getting a new Tier 2 channel member. Whoops, that's not what I'm looking to do. Buttons, who's got the buttons? There we go. And because of that, I need to add them to the list up top. There we go. And there, perfect. They should now be in the scroll, but now it's not the scroll off center. There we go. Perfect. Now we're happy. Jody says, talking to you helped out. I took my mind off it. Awesome, bud. Glad I could help out there. Roy, hey, how's it going? Afternoon, bud. Afternoon, Roy. How you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. That is my goal, to become a member. That would be awesome, Jody. If you can, that would be absolutely fantastic. But again, as we discussed previously, if you can't, you can't, and I understand that too. So one of those, don't stress out about not being able to be a member. But if you can, great. So we are just working on the field here. So that's what I was starting to say. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced, and I could be wrong, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Philippa, I believe, is how you pronounce it. Philippa Thompson is the newest Tier 2 member. Just added them to the scroll bar at the top there. I was supposed to do that before stream, but like I mentioned before, this was very impromptu. So let me go ahead and give a shout out to my members, because this particular stream is going to come to an end very quickly, very abruptly, when the little one and Mrs. get home. So I want to make sure that I do all my obligations right away before anything interrupts it. So give a huge shout out to all my Tier 2 channel members, starting with Mark K. Let's see, Mark K, Will T Gaming, Ken Adlam, Royal Fanning Jonah, Karma Comet Chameleon, Revere Time Todd, Crazy Chris Sims, Luke Bernie King, and Philippa Thompson. Thank you all so much for being Tier 2 channel members. I greatly appreciate every single one of you. And if you are interested in becoming a channel member, go ahead and check out the link in the description below, or the join button down below as well. You can also see that same join button on the main channel page. You can gain access to things such as early releases to edited content, such as the Let's Play series and the channel shorts. You also get custom badges and custom emojis. All that starts at 99 cents a month for Tier 1 channel members. And Tier 2 channel membership starts at $4.99 a month. That gets you everything I just mentioned below or before, and gets you the shout out every single live stream. That's why I wanted to make sure that I came on here and gave it a shout out right away, so that they got what they paid for. So all that goes to help out the channel and its continued sustainability and its growth. I greatly appreciate every single one of my members. I greatly appreciate every single one of you who has stopped by here tonight and is hanging out with me on the live stream, or tonight. I'm so used to streaming at night. Today, it is 12 o'clock noon here where I'm at. So yeah, that's certainly a rarity. Anyways, trailing off there. Yeah, I want to thank all my subscribers, all of the people watching here today, all my members. Thank you all so very, very much. I am incredibly, incredibly grateful for every single one of you out there. I think just before I came on stream, we crossed the 1520 mark for subscribers. So the channel is continuing to grow and grow and grow, and I am just incredibly, incredibly grateful. Thank you all so very, very much. It is just fantastic to see. So yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are 75% full on this leg of the journey. Let's see, where was I? Jody says, how you doing, Roy? Roy says, going well, bud. Just getting final test push on Riverview update. Ooh, what kind of update are you doing for Riverview, if you don't mind me asking? Let's see. Jody says, I try to help out the channel #1 for. Hey, bud. Like I said, I appreciate it, and you do so much to help out the channel in what you're currently doing. So I greatly, greatly appreciate it. You interact with every bit of content that I put out there, and a lot of people, I've said this numerous times, I'm going to keep saying it, a lot of people don't realize how much it helps the channel, as doing something as simple as just hitting that like button. That like button really helps out in, pushing the channel out and getting it out to people who might not know that the channel exists. So yeah, one of those where, doing something that simple as just hitting that like button, helps out a ton. Same thing with the comments, same thing with the interactions and all that stuff.
going out to the other social medias and chit-chatting on there as well. It helps the channel. It shows that people are interested and people have something to say about it. So, yeah, long story short, greatly appreciative of everybody and anybody who is interacting and is part of the channel. So, want to make sure that I always stay grateful and thankful for everybody who's out there who's, coming along for the ride. So we're just going to cut through the field because why not? That's something that I noticed is I do have damage on for the field. But if I remember right, in 19, having damage on not only affected your fields, but it affected the fields that you were having contracts for and could interrupt and reduce the yield and even lead to, if you destroyed enough of it, to you actually having to owe and pay money. I don't see that as a thing here in FS22. I don't know, maybe I don't have a setting proper for that to happen, but it was something I noticed not too long ago. There we go. Let's see. Where was I? Jonah says you're welcome. I appreciate it, Jonah. Like I said, I really do. You are one of the members there, as denoted by the nice little tractor badge there. Jody says, how's everybody's weekend? Mine is going fantastic so far. Having a really good weekend. Just, yeah, had a great stream last night. It was very fun and entertaining, I thought. Got a lot of positive feedback for everyone that was on there. Kind of went a little bonkers there at the end as we were getting into lawsuits, and specifically frivolous lawsuits. We discussed somebody suing Red Bull because it didn't give them wings. As per their tagline of Red Bull will give you wings, kind of thing. And they ended up winning a settlement of like $13 million because they jumped out of an airplane and ended up breaking their arm and leg, after it didn't give them wings, kind of thing. And I was sitting there commenting like how silly that is and how silly it is to do those kind of frivolous lawsuits. But it just. And then I sat there and thought, it's like, man, if I was the legal staff of Red Bull, it's one of those where I would think I would rather go ahead and take up that claim, because I would sit there and argue, one, he obviously didn't think that it was going to give him wings because he brought a parachute. He just pulled it really late. He pulled the parachute really late. So he obviously thought that it wasn't going to work, as he wanted some kind of backup. So, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why anybody would do something silly like that, but I mean, he's $13 million richer than I am, so I don't know, maybe he's got some kind of thing going on. So let's go ahead and actually, let's do one more sweep around this end of the field, and then we'll have plenty of space between the field and these trees, and I won't have to worry about the workers sitting there and, acting up. So yeah, something like this. We'll just go this one end and then we'll set the worker off. Now, let me see. I think if we set them off at this end, the end that we're working towards, they'll be okay. Let's see, how's the worker doing? Oh yeah, they're about halfway through the big field so far. A big portion of the field. So yeah, we're just chugging along. I'm pretty pleased with how the progress is going so far. There we go. I'll be interested to see just how much product we get to keep off of this, because this is a pretty decent sized field. There we go, perfect. All right, so where was I? Jody says that's a really big field. It is. I mean, it's not as big as say the other two fields that are far bigger, but this one still has some good size to it. So we're in this one here, and it's got some got some length. It's not really wide, in this kind of direction, but I mean, we're gonna set the worker off, and they're gonna they're gonna go quite a ways. But I mean, you could see like 24 and 22 here are much larger in comparison, and it's because this one is probably just as wide as this one is. If we were to move it down, it'd be just a little bit shorter. But where it's got it is in this kind of north-south distance, and it's got all these kind of snakely little bits here that kind of does its thing there. This one here, again, if you were to turn this 90 degrees and have it facing left or right, it's probably the same distance, close to the same distance, going east to west as this one's going north to south. But again, all the wiggly bits makes it feel much bigger, but it's also going to be wider as well. So all in all, yeah, I mean, this is a good sized field. This one's just a lot more worker friendly, which is nice. Having the ability to just kind of set the worker off and let them do their thing is going to be really cool. Roy says, total revamp for the road network. Field's been changed. Sent you a link to the map on Facebook. Oh, really? Why did I not get the... That's weird. I don't see it on Facebook. Oh, wait. That's why, because it's on message request. I'm a silly goose. Okay, I see it now. I have accepted. Perfect. Yeah, I will definitely be checking that out. And chats. Perfect. All right, yeah, definitely will check that out on another. Where was I? Jody says, remember when you only had 600 subscribers? Jody, I remember when I had 1 subscriber. And I was so so excited to have that one. Like I said, when I'm sitting here saying thank yous and telling everybody that I'm appreciative and grateful and all that stuff, I'm not just saying that just to say it. I'm not just, like I legitimately mean I am grateful and thankful for every single one of my subscribers, everyone that I get in the future, everyone that I have currently. I'm grateful for my members. I'm grateful for everything that this channel has brought to me. I am extremely thankful for. So it's one of those where, like, I vividly remember that feeling of, wow, I just got my first subscriber. I remember when I got my 500th subscriber. I remember every single one of those, like, journey markers that I've made up until this point. The special thanks for 100 subscribers, 200 subscribers, 500, 600, 1,000. Here recently, 1,500. Every single one of these, I specifically make, I make those videos as kind of a remembrance and a catalog for myself, as a kind of self-reflection point of where you've started and where you've gotten to up until this point, but also as a means of, like I said, just making sure that people know that I am truly grateful and thankful for being in the position that I'm in, and having people join the journey along the way. Like, I'm just so stoked and so excited about where we are and what we've done up until this point. Let's see. Roy says, wait, Red Bull doesn't give you wings? I feel ripped off now. Oh, Roy, please tell me that you're not going to be trying to double up on what they were doing. Please, I beg you. One of those, yeah, no, Red Bull does not give you physical manifestation of wings. Oh my goodness. Grain tank is full. Well, yes it is. Let me go and empty it. Probably could have emptied it a little sooner before it filled up totally, but it is what it is. See, this going here at almost 30 miles an hour, this gives you kind of the perspective and the scope of how big this field is. Like, we're going 33 miles an hour and we still don't see that harvester. I will say I do like that we were able to make it from one end to the other without the worker having to stop and like readjust. That's really nice. So the kind of jaunt from going from left to right isn't so wide and so differential that the worker is going to just stop working, kind of thing. They're going to get to the other end of this field and continue on. There we go. Just like so. All right. Where was I? Roy makes some of the best maps in the game. I like his maps. Yes, 100%. If you're not familiar with Cavalier Roy, he's made such maps as Maypole Farm, Riverview Farm. Oh goodness, I'm blanking. Hold on. Hold please. And I'm gonna look it up because it's important. It's important to me because Roy deserves deserves shoutouts. Glen Lathan, that's the other one I was thinking of. Ebony Island, Maypole Farm. Yeah, Roy has made some amazing maps, and I have done a Let's Play series on Maypole Farm, and Maypole, in my opinion, is one of the best maps that Roy has made because of the modularity that that map has. Now, he's involved that modularity into every single one of his maps, but Maypole Farm, I think, is like the epitome of modularity, and I keep using that word. What I mean by that is that Maypole Farm and other Cavalier Roy maps are set up and designed in such a way that you don't have to buy an entire farm all at once. So what I mean by that, using Alma here as an example, to buy the farm here, like we've got, you know, the main farm area, we've got this field here associated to this field here associated to this little road network leading to the river system here. Like all this stuff is associated to the farm. Well, Roy, and how he designed his maps, specifically on Maypole Farm, is you could sit here and buy this little plot of land where the house is at. You could buy this plot of land over here that would just have the cow barn on it. You could buy this over here that has the honey on it. You could, like, each one of these is like a little subsection of the farm, and you can buy each one of those individual pieces. So instead of spending $620,000 on the entirety here of this whole farm, you could buy this section here for, let's say, 20 grand. You could buy this little section over here for another 10 grand. You can buy the cow barn for 30 grand. Like, you can slowly just kind of build your way up and up and up into a specific area. And each one of the maps, as far as I'm aware, has multiple farms on it, so you can, you know, pick and choose where you want to be. You don't have to just have a starting farm. Maypole Farm is amazing because you have the ridiculous head counts for animals. I had the farm in the southwest corner of the map, and that one had sheep, cows, horses, and chickens. Chickens, I think, had like 5,000 heads that you could have on there. Cows had, I think, 1,000. Sheep had 2,000, and horses, I don't think you can much alterate how much horses you have, but I think it had like 16. So having that much animals, you're just flying through the creation of eggs, of slurry, of manure, of wool. Like, I had so much product in abundance that was basically my full-time job, was trying to, you know, get all the stuff from the farm out to the various distribution centers, to where eventually I ended up getting, let me see if I can find it really quickly. Where, oh where? Is this it? No. 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 Anyways, it's a little distribution thing for. It's a production where you put in wool, eggs, honey, and that it just allows you to auto distribute it out to the rest of your map, kind of thing. It was just so much that I was getting because of all the animals that I had to utilize that instead of just trying to load it all one pallet at a time and get it up to where it was going. And in my case, wool was just down the street. It was literally maybe like a couple of blocks away, if that. But the amount of time I was saving by just taking it from the spawn point to the distribution center there on my farm just saved me so much time instead of loading each individual pallet onto the trailer and taking it down there myself. So yeah, Roy makes amazing maps. Give him a check out and check out some of his maps because they are awesome, and they're absolutely gorgeous maps too. So yeah, it's definitely, Roy is definitely up there with some of the greats in my opinion. And Roy, I don't mean to keep blowing smoke here for you, but that's just my opinion, and I think you deserve it. I think you deserve the shout outs. Let's see, where was I? Roy says, thank you, Jody, much appreciated. Tony says, soon you'll be able to sue your parents for for bringing you into the world without your permission. So sad, Tony, but that's already happened. That is literally already happened. It was a sad day when I read that, but yeah, there was an ungrateful little person who, and I would love to say a lot harsher things, but yeah, they already did that. To where they ended up suing their parents just for being born. And wow. Just made me sad. Made me incredibly sad to read that article. Jody says, Roy, you're going to work on some new maps coming up. Roy says, waiting to see what we get in FS25. Can't wait to see what your brain bring in the next game. Yeah, 100%. I would love to see some of the things that are brought up. Now, there was a couple of things that were mentioned, and Conspiracy Brain Dave kicked in. I was speaking to Will T Gaming, and Will had mentioned that in an interview with Kermit, there's the potential of things that kind of come up. It sounded kind of like things that were like read between the lines kind of thing, but what sounded like may be a possibility in the next game are, one, having the kind of smooth transitions between one map to a next, and basically you have a farm in area 1 and you're able to then take products, like physically take products to area 2. So in this case, we'd be able to have Alma, Missouri here, and then be able to drive to, was it Sedalia? Yeah, Sedalia. We'd actually be able to drive and actually make deliveries on a separate map, kind of thing. It was inferred but not confirmed. The other part, which was honestly far more intriguing to me, was the oh goodness, I forget what it was called. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oof. No, you know what? We were talking in his stream the other day. That's when so yeah, I'm not gonna be able to look it up. Oh goodness, I'll sit here and try and think about what it was exactly, so I can actually like remember what it was. But it was, like I said, it was something that was inferred during a talk with Kermit, and it's possible that might be something that they're either trying to work on or trying to bring forth into FS25, which I think that being able to go from map to map kind of thing, that would be pretty slick. I think that'd be really, really cool. Having, oops, I just bumped the mic. Being able to, grow product here in Alma and then travel to Sedalia off map, off, quote unquote off world, and go deliver it to a different map and different kind of feel to it. That would be kind of cool. But the other one I thought was far cooler, and I would, if I had to pick between between two things, I would much prefer the second one than the first. And I'm trying desperately to remember what it was. Let's see. Jody says, when I join you, was playing on the Valley of the Old Farm. Oh, that's a great map too. The Valley of the Old Farm, if I'm not mistaken, is by Black Sheep Modding. That one's a really good map. A really good map. Roy says, I'm excited for FS25. Will be a lot of fun seeing what we can do, and might have a few plans in the works for FS25. Ooh, doing a little hinting and teasing there, Roy. I am excited. Yeah, I'm with Jody. I can't wait to see what you got cooking there, bud. Because yeah, definitely a fan of your maps and your work. So definitely gonna be along for that ride. So let's go ahead and dump this out here. This isn't a tip trailer. This is a push trailer, if I'm not mistaken. And come on, there it goes. Oops. Yep, push trailer, perfect. Oh wow, that really kind of slings out there, doesn't it? There we go. Alright, well, while we're here, actually, I might just have the worker try and make their way up there. Oh, 32%. Okay, so going to be probably 3 and a partial for the delivery. So yeah, let's get across the tracks. I'll see if the worker can handle getting out there, so that way I can catch up with the chat. Because I keep seeing it moving, and I don't want to get too far behind. So let's see, other side. Here, we'll send them down here. There we go. Okay. Where was I? Jody says, be nice to have some wings, right? Jody says, how many months are in a member of a channel? I have trouble remembering things. I like to write it down, keep up with things. So, I'm sorry, Jody. I don't know if how many months are in a member of the channel. I have trouble remembering things. Would like to write it down, keep up. Are you referring to like the different badges, or are you referring to so like the membership itself for tier 1 is 99 cents a month, tier 2 is $4.99 a month, and it's just a month-to-month kind of plan. So however long anybody wants to stick around and support the channel, that's basically it's a cancel anytime kind of thing. So if you wanted to be a member for 1 month and then drop off, that's certainly within the realm of possibility. But if you're referring to like badges, I think right now we have 8 separate badges, and they all go based on length of time. So in the case of Jonah, you see Jonah earlier on in the chat has a introductory badge. So he's been in here for 1 month. After the first month, he'll get a nicer looking John Deere badge, which will indicate that he's been a member now for a full month, going on to the second month, and then so on and so forth, going on until I think 12 months, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember the full breakdown of the month for badges and whatnot. But yeah, if you wouldn't mind clarifying, just make sure that I'm understanding and answering your question properly. Jody also says that's what makes him one of the best map makers in the game. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Tony says, is that map on the mod hub? Yes. So all the maps I mentioned before, Riverview, Maypole, Ebony Island, all of them are on the mod hub. If you do a search for Cavalier Roy, you'll be able to find all of his maps. And yeah, they all have a nice little taste and flair to them. But my personal favorite was Maypole. Riverview is also very nice. Yeah, long story short, I don't think you can go wrong with the Cavalier Roy map. And they are full, so we had good timing. We got here just in time for them to fill up. But yeah, if you do a search, if you just type in Roy in the mod hub, not only does Roy make maps, but he also makes a couple of mods as well. So he took I think it was the farm production mod that he made and produced that from the mod hub. So that's out there. And that's a really good mod too, by the way. If you're looking for like being able to produce your own base game kind of products, herbicide, fertilizers, silage, things like that. Like, it works out really, really well. There we go. So we've got, let's see, Jody says, I share your live stream on my Facebook. Oh, Jody, I appreciate that, bud. Thank you so much. Yes, map is on the mod hub. Roy says Farm Productions. It's been renamed by Giants the Agricultural Production because the original name conflicted with the new DLC name. Oh no. You know what, Roy, you should have put your foot down and said, you know what, I had that name first. You change your name to the Agricultural or whatever. Push your weight around there, bud. Oh, goodness. Tony says, what? No way. Roy says, thank you, bud. I try to do my best and be players stable. Fun maps to play fun maps to play on where they don't get bored. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And you do an amazing job with that because, like I said, the modularity of your maps, it makes it to where you're able to really, like, kind of do the a la carte kind of progress. You know, like I said, when I was doing this series, you know, going from Maypole Farms, going to this one here, I struggled. I struggled really hard because we started out with just this field and a chainsaw, and this was all trees. And then having to build up, doing contracts, and then buying into this here, this farm. I mean, $600,000. Now, yeah, the contracts here are ridiculous because of the field size and stuff like that, and you can make money really quickly, especially with, you know, mowing contracts. I mean, this one here, you can see the workers doing just fine, you know, getting us, you know, through everything. But one of those where it still costs a lot of money to make progress here. And we're going to be making that progress slowly over time. So one of those where even though we're making quite a bit of money, sorry, I'm repeating myself there. But yeah, the modularity of the maps helps you be able to grow and not feel stagnant. You know, feeling that kind of, oh man, I got to keep saving, got to keep scrimping, got to keep going kind of thing. The modularity is like, okay, I can buy a small chunk for a smaller price and feel like I'm getting that satisfaction of moving along and slowly piecing things together. But what's also really cool is not a lot of, the pens and pastures and stuff, all that stuff's hidden in the background. So it's one of those, once you buy it, it then pops up and it's like, oh, hey, there's a pasture here. Oh, hey, there's a barn here kind of thing. So you're able to grow and really kind of fully utilize without feeling like you're also cluttering up anything. And you can destroy things. You can, there's light poles all throughout the maps and stuff that you can cut down with a chainsaw and it destroys the stone walls, and you can, you know, take out the hedges, and you can really make it something that's your own kind of map, your own kind of flavor kind of thing. It's really an awesome style. And Roy is one of the only map makers that I've noticed who really has that kind of attention to detail in that regard. So yeah, that modularity of being able to make a map so adaptive that allows you to really kind of, you know, make it something that you want kind of thing. So yeah, big shout out to Roy. Let's see. Jody says that'd be really cool if we could do that. Yeah, 100%. Can't wait to see what their plans are. Uh, how do you get workers to drive the tractors? So, to get them to drive the tractor, what I tend to do is I get onto the road networks, onto wherever there's road, and if the splines, the traffic splines are developed properly, what you can do is go to the workers menu here. You would then click on A to get them to get them to start a job, and you can then create different jobs from the do. Now all these other ones, the load and deliver, delivery, all these other things that they are supposed to be able to do, it's more often than not it doesn't work, but I have really good luck with the go to. And what you do is you just go down to the target position, you click on the A button or on the X button, I think it is for PlayStation, and then you have this new icon in reticle. You then use your right thumbstick to click on it, and then you can switch whatever position you want them to face in. So whatever way this arrow is facing in, this is the position that they're going to go to and what direction they're going to be pointing in when they're done getting there. So you then click on, start the task, and you're good to go. So that's how you can get them to kind of do these little, running around jobs, get them from one place to another quickly without you having to intervene. Now, again, with anything that has to do with the AI on this game, it's a very hit or miss kind of thing. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't, but it's one of those that giving them the least complicated jobs tends to be where it works out the best, and then continuing to add more and more things down the line is where they tend to get screwed up along the way. Let's see. Jody says, how many months did I start following your channel? Oh man, Jody, you've been around for quite some time there, bud. Trying to think, when did you start becoming a subscriber? Man, it's been a while. I mean, it's been several months for you. There we go. Cut that off. There we go. Let's see. Roy says, haha, right? Benji! Hey, how's it going, Benji? Hope you're having a good afternoon so far. Says, good afternoon, everyone. Roy says, haha, I've had a lot of people say they have found going from one of my maps to a map that wasn't made by me hard, and often found themselves going back to whichever map of mine they were playing on. Oh man, I could absolutely see that. Absolutely see that. Because again, like I said, it's one of those where you get the ability to buy just small little chunks, and you get to feel that satisfaction of being able to make progress. That's oftentimes the most daunting part about starting a new map is, yeah, we all love the build and the kind of the quote unquote struggle, to build and to create. We love to be able to see that progress. Like here at the farm here, I love everything that we've done here so far. We've got these massive, massive American style buildings just, strewn about the farm, and it's looking good. Like we've got something to be proud of here, but it was a struggle to get here. And it started by just one little field. This little field over here. If we get over to it, this one, it started here. This is where the whole series started, was just all the trees that were tucked away in here. There was hundreds upon hundreds of trees in this little plot, and eventually made this little grass field back here. Eventually one of these days I'm going to expand this and do something with this. I might even, buy this field right here and incorporate this into this field here. Who knows? It's one of those who knows. We might do something like that. But I mean, it's one of those where it's a struggle to get big chunks of land like this, to get big chunks like this field here is $554,000. This one back here, $633,000, $209, $141. Like The smallest one here is $44,000. That's achievable, is getting down to this one. But getting all these other ones, which I do want to have happen in this series, is going to be a struggle. This is millions upon millions of dollars. I want to, by the end of the series, I want to own this whole section of land right here. But it's going to take time. It's going to take effort to get there. So, but on Roy's maps, you're able to just buy, this little chunk here, this little chunk there, and build and get that satisfaction. That's what's awesome about it. From a player's perspective, is that you're able to feel like you're making progress, even though you're only getting just a little bit here, a little bit there. It's that slow, steady gains that you're allowed to make, that you're able to make on Roy's maps. Yeah, and 100%, I will personally attest to it. It was a struggle going from Maypole to here, because even though, the fields are massive, you've got massive contracts, and they have massive payouts. I mean, we've got a baling contract that's $46,000 here. By the end of this contract, I'll probably make $100,000 because I'm selling off all the hay. I'm going to sell off all the hay. I'll probably make $100,000 with just the hay and contract by themselves, and I'm not having to pay anybody leasing fees or anything like that. So I'm going to actually make more money than I ever have on this field, because up until this point, I've always leased equipment. So I'm getting all the money for it. I'm not just getting some. So like I said, I'm probably going to get $100,000, but I'm also $400,000 in debt right now. What was it? Yeah, $400,000 in debt. So that we're just going to save for our needs and pay off the debt and all that stuff. So it's just going to take time. Going to take time, but we'll get there. Jody says, yeah, I would have put my foot down and had the name first. See? Roy says, Giants would have most likely said that they had the name already, and the policy for Giants states that uploading anything into the mod hub, you are in effect gifting it to the Giants to do what they want with it. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I mean, but I guess it makes sense, from like a legal perspective, that you're basically saying, here you go, I made this and put it on the mod hub, please. That makes sense, though. Let's see. Roy says, oh, followage. What does that mean? Huh, I don't know what that means, Roy. I'm sorry. Roy's, that doesn't work here. What, now I'm really lost and confused. I'm sorry, Roy. What doesn't work here? Jody says, okay, I'll try that. Roy says, thank you, at Tony, for the sub. And Jody says, I think it's almost a year. Yeah, I think it has been pretty close to a year. Trying to do a survival challenge. Oh, nice, bud. Yeah, I know you were looking for a couple of suggestions last night. Like I said, the couple alien gym maps I suggested there, what was it? Why can't I remember it? No Man's Land and the Western Wilds. Those are both really good for survival. You also get there's a I forget which map it was called, and I wish I could remember it, but it is absolutely gorgeous. But it's a kind of like Finland, Sweden, like somewhere in that kind of Netherland region style map, and it is absolutely gorgeous. This map it's a perfect forestry map and a perfect survival kind of map. So yeah, if that's what you're looking for, definitely keep an eye out for it. I want to say it's called Corpy, maybe. For some reason, that name is kind of ringing in my head, and I can't confirm or deny if that's the one that it's called. But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I made a comment while doing the map tour and how if this map is indicative of how this area looks in real life, sign me up. I want to go there, because it is absolutely beautiful. It's got rolling hills. It's got the pine trees are just everywhere. Yeah, it is just fantastic. Just a fantastically beautiful map. Let's see. Let's see. Tony says, you're welcome, Roy. Roy then does the followage again. And oh, followage is followage on Twitch lets you see how long you've been. Oh, following someone for.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, that would be cool. Let's see. And Peter then says, "Hello, farming friends. Peter, how you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far." Let's see. Let's get this unloaded. Like so. Let's do this. Oh wow, they're already in this field back here. Nice. Here, before we let them kind of just take off and do their own thing, let's get all this here. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. I'm impressed. I'm happy that they've made it all the way out to here so far. They haven't stopped. The workers actually doing what I expect them to do. Way to go, you. You know what? Oh, they're not in there. Oh, I was going to say, you know what, worker? I'm proud of you. But the worker's not there yet. But they will be shortly. Let's go ahead and get this back up and running. And pow, just like that. And I'm proud of you, worker. You keep up the good hard work. That's right. Keep it up. And let's go ahead and we got the worker over here. I'm having a good day with workers today. So far, so good. That's yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's see. Jack says, "Hi, Jack. How's it going? It's Reckless." Reckless and Jack, how are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day so far. Let's see. We are just getting some work done here, trying to get some money. Come on, come on. You're struggling trying to get up this little hill. What New Holland is this? This is a T8. Okay, it is a T8. All right, perfect. So we'll park this right about here. That'll work out just fine. And let's see. How is this looking? Oh, yeah. Look at that. Doing pretty good. Well, here, while everything's kind of at a good stopping point, well, not stopping point, but a good, going at a good pace, let's go ahead and grab our new Magnum and get this over to, oh, wait. Awooga. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Now, let's disconnect. There we go. Let's see. Customize. Oh, we had it at this one? Really? No, we didn't. Oh. So what it was showing me was the maximum that this could have been. At its maximum setting at 20 me. Ooh. Do I dare? $37,000 though. Oh. Do I dare? Yes, I do. Look at that. Now we are just going to be slamming product into our baler. Holy smokes. This is awesome. I have more than enough power to get this, rocking and rolling. Oh, yes. If you can't tell, I'm pretty happy. Oh, man, that just... Because I'm pretty sure I had this on either the smallest or the second smallest setting for this particular windrower. Now we've got the ability to have it on its widest at 20 meters. This is huge. When this unfolds, we're going to get so many swaths in at once. Let's see if the baler will actually be able to keep up. This is the quick baler, not the quick baler. So it does have those smaller restrictions on them, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. So let's get over there, and then I will catch back up with the chat. And what's also really cool, just kind of dawned on me, because I have the windrower on this, I could make my kind of outer perimeter pass. Once I make that outer perimeter pass, because of the windrower, it will recognize that it's a windrower, and the worker will actually work while baling at the same time. Now, the only problem with that is the potential of, unfold that. The only problem is potential running into bales that I've already kind of packaged. Look at this. Look at this. Extend. Oh, yes. Look at that. Don't tell me I don't have access to this. That could help. Could help to, you know, make sure that I'm getting all the product. All right, we'll come back around and grab that. Look at this. Look how many windrows we can do. Holy smokes. We have, what, five rows that we can get? Love it. Love it. Oh, yes. We are just slamming product in. Wait a minute. Wait. Why is that happening? Huh. Well, we're going to have to come back by. That's fine. That's fine. But what's nice is picking up all these windrows all at once. Now it's going to space the bales out just so to where it's going to be easier to pick everything up. Yeah, look at that. All right, here, let me catch up with the chat real quick, and then we'll keep on crowing about this awesome new windrower. Let's see. Jody says, trying something different in the game. Awesome, bud. Jack says, good. Awesome, Jack. Glad to hear it. Jody says, hey, Jack. Tony says, love that mower. Yeah, the mower is fantastic. The swather is, yeah, it is one of my favorites. Will T Gaming has said that it's possible that we're getting a new mower, and that it's, I forget if it's a Krone mower, but it's comparable to the big Krone mower. I can't remember who makes it, though. It might have been Kloss. Maybe it was a Kloss. But imagine this mower here, the Big M. Imagine this when it's folded down, but instead of those wings being folded down, push them out about, I don't know, 4 meters out, and then put 2 more wings in the front that fold down closer to the vehicle, and then the front mower is where it's at. So it's got 5 deck mowers that kind of just unfold. It's this behemoth of a unit. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that one when that comes out. Let's see. Jody says, clean the mower. Yes, I need to clean the mower badly. I need to clean all my stuff badly. Jody then says, we didn't get lazy workers. Right? Right? I got to set a good example for them. Tony says, that is some serious reach. Right? I know. I absolutely love this windrower. This whole setup here, I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. Jody with the laughing crying. And Jody, where do you find that windrower? So you get this under the mod hub, but specifically under windrowers and over to the right. Right here. It is the trailed windrower from the Lizard Trail Windrower mod pack. I also pair it with this one here, the front windrower. I don't pair them together. I'm just saying that these are two mods that are my favorites. I prefer the trailed windrower because as we are picking up the loose product, it's dumping it right behind it and is right in the path of the baler. So if you turn, you're still most likely going to be able to pick up all the product from the back of the windrower. But that front one, if you have something on the front, not here on the back, what ends up happening is that when you turn, you leave little gaps, and it's, doesn't get picked up unless you have this big wide pickup, like the quick baler or the quick baler. But and you have like a normal baler, it doesn't pick it up. It'll just leave it behind, little chunks here and there, which get annoying. Yes. Yes, 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 Y-E-S, yes. Love it. Love it. I mean, you can see we're getting 4 whole windrows. Before we were getting 2, maybe 3 if we were lucky. But now we are just rocking and rolling. We are picking up so much product all at once. I have a feeling I'll have to come back around with just the baler in the other direction. Yeah, see, for some reason it's lifting up that bar. I don't know why it's doing that. Wonder if like the terrain is just too slanted. Like you can see it's kind of hilly right here, and it's just not picking it up. Oh well. As I like to say, not the end of the world. And when we're getting the majority of the pass in just kind of one go like this, I mean, I can't complain too much, right? Let's see. Tony says, misses where the... Yeah, yep. So, misses where the slopes. Oh, and look at that. We are already caught up. So, let's do this. Let's turn that off. Turn that off. Fold that up. We'll tuck this away, but what we'll do is we'll pick up those little bits that we left behind. And just like that. Love it. There we go. Now, really, if I wanted to, I could probably just keep on... Oh, wait. Oh, the other worker is probably sitting waiting for me. Yeah, so we'll just stage this. It doesn't have to be done right this second. And... boop. There we go. Let's keep on picking up. Yeah, Roy, I'm really excited to be able to read that that article you sent me. For some reason, when somebody first messages me, something new, it doesn't just say, "Hey, you have a message. Go check it out," kind of thing. It sends it to a completely different source, like a different tab, and says, "Hey, you have a request for a message," kind of thing. And I mean, I understand it, like in principle, I guess, but one of those where I'm relatively new to the whole, social media game kind of thing. Before I started doing the channel and all this stuff, I had Facebook, but I didn't really keep up with it. I had, I think that was about it. It was just Facebook. But after developing the channel and doing all this, I mean, I've got all the various different social medias now. And yeah, it's one of those where it's hard to kind of get spun up on all the different, there we go. There we go. And boop. Just give it a little kiss. Let's go ahead and turn that off. We'll let the worker just keep on doing their thing, and we will get the other worker unloaded. Where? Okay, way down there. Way down on the other end. So this one is a drop-off load. Let's see. Tony Crexon says slopes. Yes, 100%. I think you're exactly right with that. And then Jody says, download that mod right now. Yes, bud. I'm telling you what, you will not be disappointed. It basically makes any wind or any baler. Let's see. It basically takes any baler that you want, any one of them, and not only makes them more useful, but it basically turns them into these windrower balers, kind of deal. And it just makes it, like I said, just makes it more useful and more user friendly. It also makes them similar to these ones as well. I really do like these balers here, just because they also stack up with. Oh, I can't click on that. It also goes with this mod back here. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. The Quadro Pro bale stacker. This thing just stacks your 4 bales right on top of each other, drops them off, and just kind of leaves them there, which is really nice. I do like that. But, yeah, just like it. It basically works the same as, where was it? Not this tab. Basically works the same as the straw harvest pack, this thing here. This one just stacks them horizontally, and I think this one only does 3 bales. The other one does them vertically and does 4 bales vertically. So it's really nice. It's a cool little setup. But if you don't want to spend $319,000, then yeah, that's kind of how it works. But unfortunately, I have some sad news. The missus and the little one just pulled in the driveway, so I have got to jump off. So I want to thank everybody who came out here today, hung out with me for a little while. Like I said, I will likely be back on here in not too much longer. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithm enjoy you doing, shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day, night, evening, wherever you are in the world. Take care.